Have you ever wondered if an ordinary coin in your pocket could make you a millionaire? Rumors have swirled for years about the mysterious 1972 Kennedy half-dollar, a coin some people claim could be worth millions of dollars. But is it really true? Could a coin that most people spend without a second thought actually hide a fortune? Well, today we're going to peel back the layers of truth and myth, explore its beautiful design, and uncover exactly what this coin can really be worth. Trust me, you'll want to stay with me until the very end, because the story of the 1972 half-dollar is far more fascinating than you think. Let's start with its design, because every coin tells a story through its details. The obverse, or the front side, proudly displays the left-facing profile of President John F. Kennedy. This design was created by Gilroy Roberts, who was the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time. The portrait was sculpted only weeks after Kennedy's assassination in 1963, and it was approved so quickly that the first Kennedy half-dollars were struck in 1964. In fact, the design was seen as a tribute, a way for the nation to carry Kennedy's memory in everyday life. Around Kennedy's portrait you'll see the word Liberty in bold letters, though his hair locks partially cover the B, E, and R, a subtle but iconic part of the design. Just below his chin, the national motto "In God We Trust" is split into two sections, with "In God" on the left and "We Trust" on the right. Below his neck sits the date, 1972. Right above the date, you may spot a small mint mark. If there's no letter, it was minted in Philadelphia. A D means it came from Denver, while an S indicates a proof coin minted in San Francisco. Flip the coin over, and the reverse is a masterpiece of symbolism. Designed by Frank Gasparo, it features a modified version of the presidential seal. A bald eagle spreads its wings wide, symbolizing strength and freedom. In its right talon, it clutches an olive branch, representing peace, and in its left, a bundle of 13 arrows, representing America's willingness to defend itself. A shield covers the eagle's chest, while its beak holds a scroll inscribed with E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. Above the eagle, a ring of 50 stars represents the states of the Union, encircled by the inscriptions United States of America and half-dollar. Add to that a reeded edge, where you can see the copper core sandwiched between nickel layers, and you've got a coin that carries both artistry and history in its design. But let's get to the part that everyone is curious about: value. Most 1972 Kennedy half-dollars are very common. Millions were struck for everyday use, and because these coins were copper-nickel clad rather than silver, they don't carry intrinsic metal value like the early 1964 silver versions. In everyday circulated condition, most of these coins are only worth 50 cents. If you try to sell one in lightly circulated or average condition, you might get about $1 from a collector. But things get more interesting when we move into higher grades. Collectors prize coins that are uncirculated, those that show no signs of wear. A 1972 Kennedy half-dollar in uncirculated condition typically sells for $10 to $20. If you're lucky enough to find one graded MS-65, which means near-perfect condition with sharp details and minimal flaws, you're looking at a value of around $25 to $40. Now, here's where it gets exciting. Very high-grade examples, especially from the Denver Mint, are hard to find. A 1972 D-graded MS-67 is extremely rare, and because of that, auction prices have climbed into the thousands of dollars. One example even sold for around $2,500, showing just how much collectors are willing to pay for the very best coins. Let's not forget the proof coins. The 1972 S-proof Kennedy half-dollar, struck at the San Francisco Mint, was made for collectors and not meant for circulation. These coins have mirror-like surfaces and sharp details. In normal proof condition, they sell for $5 to $15. If you have one with deep cameo contrast, meaning the frosted portrait and eagle stand out beautifully against the mirror background, the price can climb to $20, $30, or even higher. And then we come to the most thrilling part of coin collecting: errors and varieties. This is where real value sometimes hides. One of the most famous varieties of the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar is the 1972 D double die obverse, DDO. On this coin, doubling can be seen in the date and inscriptions. Instead of crisp single lines, the numbers and letters appear doubled, almost like a shadow. These coins can bring anywhere from $300 to $500 or more depending on condition. But that's not all. Rare mint errors, such as coins struck off-center, struck on the wrong planchet, or with missing details, can turn an ordinary 50-cent piece into something worth thousands of dollars. Imagine a coin struck on a quarter planchet, or a dramatic off-center strike showing only half the design. These are highly sought after by specialists and have fetched $5,000 to $10,000 in some cases. So, let's circle back to that million-dollar rumor. Is the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar worth millions? No, it's not. Unlike ultra-rarities such as the 1933 Double Eagle or the 1794 Flowing Hair Dollar, the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar was produced in massive quantities. While most examples are only worth $1 or $2, the rarest, most pristine, or error-filled examples can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. That's impressive, but it's not in the million-dollar range. The truth is, this coin's real value lies not in its dollar amount, but in its story. It's a coin that carries the memory of a beloved president, a piece of American history, and for some lucky collectors, a chance at discovering a rare treasure. So next time you spot a 1972 half-dollar in your change, don't dismiss it. Take a closer look. It might be common, or it might just be one of those rare gems that collectors dream about.